front of a bunch of cameras.
Back to the news. In baseball news, the NL Central race is heating up with the surging St. Louis Cardinals challenging for the division. The Cardinals have attributed their recent success to their new congratulatory handshake, the package inspection, also known as the junk bump or the low three. Closer to home, since the All-Star break, the Indians and Tigers have been playing a game of I don't want her, you can have her, she's not the division title for me, losing ground to the Yankees, Mariners, Twins, and keeping the other team in the race. The teams have been struggling so much, managers Eric Wedge and Jim Leland have agreed to decide their remaining games by having a series of frown-offs. In a terrible incident this past week, former Major League All-Star Jose Offerman was arrested and charged with assault after attacking two opposing players in a minor league game. All I can say is if Offerman was able to make contact like this at the Major League level, he'd still be with the Brewers. Kudos to Indian center fielder Grady Sizemore for playing wiffle ball with a Westlake family that won a promotion. There was some controversy, though, that day when 2-year-old manager Tabitha Garman stubbornly insisted on batting Sizemore leadoff, even though he's leading the Suburban Wiffle Ball League in strikeouts. In soccer news, English soccer superstar David Beckham has burst on the scene, and he's wasting no time in seeking out Yankee star Derek Jeter and asking for advice on how to remain overhyped and overrated at the same time. Congratulations to LeBron James on the completion of his new 35,000 square foot mansion in Bath Township. The project was completed on time and on budget, in part because teammate Larry Hughes was in charge of bricklaying. It's been an exciting summer for Ohio State's and #1 pick Greg Oden. Oden has been embraced by the Portland Trailblazer fans, who honored him recently with a sand sculpture at a local street festival. The same artist also created a larger sculpture in Oden's likeness just outside of Portland. Seldom used Cavalier Scott Pollard will not be back. He has signed with the Boston Celtics this summer. Pollard is not expected to play much, but he is being paid $1.2 million primarily to make his teammates laugh with his strange hairstyles and quirky humor. The Celtics aggressively targeted Pollard after their first choice, Carrot Top, insisted on $2.2 million and an undisclosed amount of steroids. It's been a quiet summer for Cavaliers free agent forward Anderson Varejao, who remains unsigned but has been vacationing in Brazil. Here we see Varejao showing how large of a contract he's seeking from the Cavs. Next, Varejao is showing a young fan that according to internet rumors, there's no frickin' way the Cavs are going to pay him that much. In breaking news, SportsMockLive has learned that the scandal involving disgraced NBA referee Tim Donaghy has unfortunately widened. In addition to betting on NBA games, Donaghy is now being investigated for allegedly fixing the 1919 World Series and rigging a number of Milwaukee Brewers sausage races in 2005. I knew no way Polish wins that much. Lastly, our sincere congratulations to the Pittsburgh Steelers, who unveiled their new mascot, Steely McBeam. The name was submitted by a lucky fan and narrowly beat out other finalists, including Spitty McChin, Fatty McGutty, and Hilly McBilly. Congratulations, Steeler fans. Our next segment is quite an interesting one that I hope you enjoy. As you know, Cleveland has had its share of memorable sports moments. And with that in mind, we've turned the camera on you, the fan, and asked you to share your sports memories. This is another edition of I Remember When.
I remember when. January 1987, AFC Championship game. So I'm watching the game with Grandma. A classic battle between the Broncos and the Browns. Tied 13-all. The Browns take the lead on a Kosar to Brennan touchdown pass. Denver fumbles the kickoff on the 2-yard line. Now they gotta go 98 yards just to tie the damn game. And there's only 5.5 minutes left. So I say to Grandma, Grandma, we're going to the Super Bowl. But hold the phone, Jack. Denver starts moving the ball. Elway's running and passing like crazy. And 58 yards later, the Broncos are on the Browns' 40-yard line with 2 minutes to go. Oh, I'm needing a beer real bad right now. But all of a sudden, there's a knock on my door. When I open, I see this guy in a suit standing there, holding a Bible. Have you found Jesus, friend? I'm like, dude, I'm such a wreck right now. I can't even find the bottle opener. He says, let Jesus into your life. Then you'll find the peace you need. I'm like, right. How about Jesus give me a sign? Like Elway getting sacked. All of a sudden, Grandma starts screaming, Elway got sacked. Elway got sacked. It's 3rd and 18. 3rd and 18. Preacher, we go to the Super Bowl. I'm going to be praying with you all week. He says, hallelujah, friend. Let's get the paperwork started. Just as I'm about to sign on the dotted line, Grandma starts screaming like Porky Pig in a sausage factory. 3rd and 18. And Elway hit a 20-yarder. What? Denver's on our 28. What? I'm going to have a stroke. I say, damn it, there is no God. At least not in Cleveland. How dare you, preacher says. You take that back. I tell him you tell God to give us the ball back first. All of a sudden, wham, guy starts beating me with his Bible. And that sucker could hit. But I'm not the kind of guy what takes that kind of crap. So I whip out my Swiss Army knife, and I start stabbing him for all he's worth. I stab him in the stomach, and then the heart, and the stomach again. But the guy's fighting me like a mad dog in the meat market. So finally, I jam the knife into his throat, and all this blood comes squirting out of me. And just as he gurgles his last breath, I hear Grandma screaming again. They scored! The friggin' Broncos scored! Oh yeah, I'll never forget that game. The Browns lost in overtime that day, 23-20, on a Rich Carless 38-yard field goal. I remember when.
Chilling, just chilling. I understand that particular fan is up for parole this year. Well, that's all the time we have on SportsMock Live. Tune in next time for our in-depth expose on the Cavalier girls, plastic or plastic. I'm Joe Hannum. This has been SportsMock Live. Back to you at All Bets Are Off.